is up, everybody? Sorry we're running a bit behind tonight. Um, we had to go see, we didn't have to, but we went down to go see my mother-in-law because her birthday's tomorrow.
Yeah.
So then when we got home, we were kind of hungry.
Yeah.
We ate some dinner. Now we're here. Been trying to get a hold of you to discuss your Carson Ward. What's up, Dopey? Also, I don't know if this is going to be a weekly thing where we just do both lives on Facebook and YouTube. Oh. But anyway, sorry, I got distracted. We're having Friendsgiving tomorrow.
Yeah.
So we will not be live on YouTube tomorrow. It's so sad.
Which we went to Publix earlier today, and I did not get any of the things that I should have gotten while we were
You
there.
sure didn't. We'll have to do that tomorrow. We'll have time. What's up, Lauren?
What up, Lauren?
Hey, Lauren, we're live on Facebook and YouTube, so your choice.
Lauren, also, I'm working on your other Hank, and then I'll get them shipped out.
I told him we would talk about it tonight because he made a comment in the CDC live, and I thought he was asking if we had shipped yet.
Yeah, no,
and I was like, dude, we're both dealing with the crud, so I gave it to her.
Yeah, he gave me his shit, so that's another reason why I haven't shipped them out. Because I'm like, I don't really want to be handling them while I'm sick and everything. I mean, it would die before it got to you, but still, like.
I was about to say, we shipped to Zach.
I gotta sew that Hank, which won't take me very long to do, but then,
I mean, we could also make an embroidered patch.
I could. If Lauren is on Facebook, then we have everything covered for trolling. That's true. I don't know what cred is.
We don't know either. Started with a sore throat, and then went into sinuses and chest, and she had a fever
Wednesday night. It was a low fever, but still. Just enough to make you feel like crap. So
I haven't really had a fever. I've just been sore throat, sinuses, and headache. Man, nowhere. Welcome to the Upside Down, man.
As soon as he told me he had a sore throat, I was like, great, I'm going to get that. And sure enough, a week later.
Oh, hey, show that pouch.
Oh, yeah.
This is yours, Lauren.
Yeah. We'll ship it out with your Hank. I know, I'm slacking. I try to get people stuff out quickly, but.
Well, remember, we also gotta. Hold on, let me mute it.
Go with.
Oh, I know, whichever one. Sorry about that. I didn't want to give anything away. I'm also a dick, so.
Looks like Lauren is getting two. Did you get him one too, Dopey?
Dude, I told you I was getting Lauren one, bro. Well, I mean, whatever. Like, I'm sure he won't say no. Yeah, so last Sunday we went down to Smoky Mountain Knife Works. We hung out with Drew and Luke. Got to meet a dude named Greg. He had a very majestic beard.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like I'm gonna have a care package. Except mine comes with a bracelet, sticker, and poker chip too. I didn't grab any bracelets. I should have for him because we already have some. And I didn't think about it. And when I went by the table, I only saw one poker chip. So I grabbed it. Because I like poker chips. But anyways, got to talk with Greg. And I want to make sure I'm not getting his name right. G. Presley. I hope it's Greg. His name starts with a G.
I think it is.
I had a really nice conversation with him.
Mm-hmm.
So Ah, nice.
Mm.
So I talked to him about potentially getting the Apex Arc and maybe some of my fixed blades and Smoky Mountain Knife.
Greg Presley.
No, sir, he does not. There's gonna be like 8 Hanks in your package. We win. Also, single deployment is the best deployment. If you were there, no, you know.
And of course, we got to see Dopey too while we were
Yep,
there
got
again.
to see Dopey again. Meet his roommate.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I was kind of all over the place because that was my first time at Smoky Mountain Knife Works.
That's a
And
lot.
well, so I was trying to A, see what all they had. B, I was also trying to get some Christmas shopping done
Yes, that would be
because
awesome, Lauren.
I was like, my dad and Chris's dad are very hard to shop for.
Giggity.
So I was like, while I'm here, so I was kind of all over the place while Chris was talking to Greg and Luke and Drew.
Got to walk by the CRKT display case.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 3 or 4 display cases. It's basically a booth at like a show. But
Yeah,
it was at Smoky Mountain Knife Works. Looks like they've come out with some new like John Graham designs, and I was like, oh,
it was like the one was a fixed blade, wasn't it?
I
The
have.
smaller one.
But yeah, it looks like they came out with a smaller razzle
Yeah,
than the
but it
one
was
that I
fixed
got.
blade.
Yeah, and it looks like they may have a couple folder designs from Drawn too. And I was like, oh shit.
They probably do because I mean, we know he had
There was like
several.
8 designs ready to roll
Yeah.
when he passed. Well, let's find out. Let's just go to the website. We have the power of the internet. For those of you that don't know, John Graham, amazing knife maker, taught Kirk Mayberry how to make knives. KM Designs. Kirk taught me how to make. So I hold John in very high regard. And so far I've grabbed almost every collab that has come out since he passed. Only thing I didn't pick up was the I don't even remember what it was called, but it was the axe that they came out with. I also like this knife. This was a knife that this design was taken by a crew member of the SpaceX.
Mm.
It's a very minimalistic knife that looks pretty cool. Maybe bleeding now. Just dropped my shaman on my leg. I'm wearing 2 meat. God dang. Shit. That's not good.
Isn't that the knife that you had on layaway? I guess you just picked it up. Is that the knife? You've had it for like what, a few days now? I mean, it's yours officially if you're bleeding from it. So
Yeah, so I got the Razel Cliff. We got the Razel Compact.
Razel GT.
I didn't know they were coming out with the Razel GT. The Razel Nax. This is the one we saw at Chisel. Yeah, the Nax is the one that I so only one deployment method. The Nax is the one that I don't have yet. And I probably won't get, but come out with the Chisel and the compact fix. I really like that compact fix. I'm going AV for family. Life's weekend to remember. Praying for y'all. One that I won with.
Oh, okay.
I'm going AV for family. Life's weekend.
Family life weekend.
Remember.
Family life weekend to remember.
I don't know what going AV is. I have no clue. So I got my blood on it. We'll get a nice patina. Hell yeah. You don't
Hope
feel like you beat yourself. You're good.
Hope you have a good weekend, Lance.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and go down and talk with that store in Huntsville, and then I'm gonna try and talk with my buddy who owns the store in Nashville. Just see what I can get going. I just need you to be my sugar mama and just give me the money to where I can just roll out with the night.
Well, if I could get paid more at work, then I wouldn't have a problem with that.
Thick socks and base layer. Definitely. Poke me, just not sure if there's blood. I really like that. That's not a bad price.
Mm-mm.
I really like that too. Better. This model is cool and all. It's been out for a while, just for me. Like, if that was a folder, that'd be perfect.
Mhm.
That looks like the
Yeah,
what? There's no designs that have been passed.
No.
Bro, you gotta chill.
You just agree.
Absolutely, man.
If I was making six figures at work, absolutely, I wouldn't care because we'd have a bunch of extra money. But
Poor
not.
daddy. Not no
Yeah, he said
no
we're-
judgment. But if you were making a lot more money, the shop would be done, and I would
Yeah.
have tools and probably doing custom folders and
But I'm far from that.
all sorts of fun shit. Get better. I can't even say it with a straight face. It was a joke.
You say, I didn't know if you were saying anything else after get better.
No. I just couldn't say it with a straight face. And I choked myself up. Shit, if that was the case, man, would have probably taken a lot more trips up to Ohio. And I would have sold him more shit instead of giving him a bunch of free shit. Like, you pay me? You pay me now? You spoil me and give me money? Don't know. Ooh, that's
I keep trying to talk Cat Brad into it too.
shit. Okay. Cap. Rat. I don't know who that is. But I believe. I also believe in you. So, only your dreams be dreams. Jeez.
He's always in the future.
I got you.
I saw a TikTok that said, "Would you let your man beat you every Friday evening if it meant that he gave you $800 in cash every week?" And then it showed cut to a video of girl she's getting beat by her man. Then she's like, "Give me the envelope," and I'm going out and walked away.
Well, I mean, also tried Sean from Dead Reckoning, David from Pyrotech Sharif.
Satisfaction.
Damn. You're just seeing what will stick.
But I feel like that video would like hold true for EDC people.
Here's the question though: is it like beat the shit out of, or is it just like take a punch, or is it somewhere in between? These are the important facts that we need to know.
Okay, so they were specific.
I'm not hating the hustle.
I'm lonely.
Sometimes you just gotta throw shit up against the wall and see what sticks. I get it. What I've been doing for like 4 years with product.
Dopey, you don't have to be lonely at farmersonly.com. Just saying.
Oh, that beard that let you on, man.
Oh yeah, 110%. I would take a pounding for $800 a week. Let's see. I feel like.
Whoa!
What kind of pounding are you talking about, sir? I feel like that holds true for EDC people because it's like $800 a week. That could fund my EDC habit.
$800 a week. You get a lot of cool shit with $800.
And it'd be $800 cash too, so it'd be tax free.
Oh, why didn't you lead with that? Almost 52 grand a year. Have a real nice shop. Just have to get my ass kicked once a week. I wonder, like, because I've never heard. Anyways, I've never heard anybody talk about this, and I wonder if it's a thing. Like, is there an EDC dating app? Because if there isn't, there should be.
You're gonna look this up, and then all kinds of dating stuff ads are gonna be popping up on your Facebook.
For sure. Silver singles. Oh. Filipino dating app.
AsianDating.com.
Elon Musk wants X to be a fully fledged dating app. It's not looking good.
There's due date calculators as well. EDTF. 800 in medical. $800 and medical.
Dopey and I are just like, we'll take it for a week. It's fine. Once a week, we'll mostly be healed by the time it comes back around.
So if I start making a lot of money, I'll remember that. But I'll get my aggressions out. You'll get money. It's a win-win. My ED prevented TF.
DCBTF.
Go back to Facebook. Hey, Gary.
What's up, Mr. Putnam? What's that? Putnam. Or Putman.
Yeah.
I don't know why I always call him Putnam.
I don't know.
Putman. I'm sorry. Like, I've literally said that same thing to his face at a show, and he never corrected me. He's probably been called worse. I'm like, meh, it's fine. Now we're done.
Yeah. It's not a thing, guys, so you can make a lot of money.
Definitely feels like it's bleeding now. And I'm walking around the neighborhood. All I ask is that if you guys make this a thing, sorry, Gary, remember whose idea it was, and just give me a little cut of the action. That's all I ask for. I'll pay $200. I don't need much.
How you been doing, Gary?
Put on white socks. This is why you got to be prepared, honey. I gotcha. You still liking that fixed plate, Gary? We did a little trade last August. Surprised T isn't in here. Or Cheeto. No, it's not our normal night, but damn.
Gary said stroke in September, surgery next week. From the trade and everything.
It's what? What happened? What are you having surgery on? It's literally a month after we saw you.
I know, that's what I'm saying. He had a stroke in September.
You stop it, sir.
Right?
Not sure it was on one of the little red mushrooms. Oh, damn, dude. Like, all things considered, are you doing okay, though? I asked him what he's having surgery for. He's got an aneurysm in his neck. I was like, yeah. I was like, all things considered, like, are you doing okay? Lauren and Dopey are talking about mushrooms. I don't know. Knock it off, you two. Blue, stop going after your sister's neck. Blue, get up here. Lay down. You chode.
Right now, only a vision with my right eye.
Well, I mean, that's good. It could be worse. I mean, it's not good, but it could be a lot worse. I hate to hear that, man. Giggity Dopey. Oh.
Well, yeah, I'm sure.
That's so not. Oh, no, not that one. No, my bar.
Yep.
Maverick. That's good.
Gary asked if we were okay. Yeah, we're doing pretty good.
I mean, all things considered. Breathing. Finally got my my folder design photos in, I didn't have it. Yes, I did. I did have it up in
Yeah.
August. You probably already checked it out, but what's up, Zach?
Hey, Zach. Hey.
See, this is what I was talking about, Zach. So the way that this is designed, I would have to change the design of the knife itself in order to have a thumb stud right there, which in turn means it would look cramped. Also, you know what you're doing. You only need one way to deploy. Sit closer. Sit closer.
Oh,
What, to the mic?
probably.
But I like to like stretch out and move around. Also, it doesn't help that I got the phlegmy thing going on.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh
to each other. I don't. Listen,
no!
I have to put up with him all the time, Gary. Why do you
Yeah.
think I want to sit close to him?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think you're okay.
Doodle's on the other side of me. So.
Oh,
Is that better, sir? We're going down. I know what I'm doing. I just like fidgeting. I didn't say you didn't know what you were doing. You like fidgeting knives? Okay, that's fine. But for this guy, it would have to be redesigned.
well. So thumb stud.
Yeah, it would have to have a larger cutout.
Yeah, just right there. It would just have to come down more.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
So you wouldn't have to totally redesign the whole knife. That's what you made it sound like.
No,
You would just have to
that's
have.
not what I'm saying. I would have to. It would have to be designed from the get go.
Yeah. You'd have like it would have to like come down here, and then you could
Mhm.
have it.
But if I'm going to do a thumb stud, I'm not going to have a
That's,
flipper tab.
yeah.
My personal opinion. Quit licking, dude. If anything, what I would do is if I was going to do a thumb stud, I would have the top of the blade sit up front to where you could do front open
Mm.
instead of flipper tab. Do a thumb disc probably without a redesign. Yeah, probably. Get your redesign. No. Blue, stop licking. That sounds terrible. Yeah, a thumb disc would work where I wouldn't have to do a whole lot of design changes. And I could even jimp the top of the thumb disc to where you wouldn't lose the jimping.
Hmm.
But like I said, if this was going to have a thumb stud, it'd be a front opener. Started from scratch. Sure. Because I didn't work with Shield on for 13 months. No, it's fine. Totally fine. Dick. I'm not a huge fan of thumb discs, but I mean sometimes they're necessary. I want a good knurled stud. Yeah, I'm not joking. Like
Just the way
if
you
it
said
was
it.
going to be a thumb stud, it would be like super knurled.
It was just the way that you said it.
I know. I want a
Made me
good
giggle.
knurled stud.
Or you
Should be
do.
a patch or like the front of a t-shirt. Good knurled stud. Yeah.
The moment that we look back at him, he stops. He's like, "I'm not doing anything."
Shove this knife past.
He keeps on looking back at us. But Blue, you do realize that we can see you.
Rather a measly single deployment than a thumb disk. My V3 or V4, I think it's V4, is a button lock. So spring assisted opening. But even then, with it being a button lock auto, still one deployment. Like the AKs from Boker? Yeah, Boker. Where you press the button and go. That's what I would like to do. But I can do spring assistance. You don't like spring assistance? I was talking about like an auto button. Yeah, I can design a removable thumb disk for you to add that. I already have an idea in my head of how it would work. Okay. No, Lauren, I don't mean like spring assisted on like a flipper. I was talking about like a button auto or an auto button, however you want to say it. Just sucks if you ever have to take one of those apart. Trust me.
Oh, the auto.
Mhm. I could not get the spring repeat. I tried and I tried and I tried. Currently still in pieces. I think it's on the book in the back.
Which knife was that?
The AK that I got from Nate, the auto
Yeah.
that I took apart to clean.
Yep.
I have a Kalashnikov and I hate it. Really? You don't like it? That's what I was talking about. Do like a vice type clamp where you don't need holes drilled and tapped into the blade. Interesting. Interesting. And poor Kalashnikovs. I mean, it's like just like with anything else. There's different strokes for different folks. Some people
Mhm.
prefer certain types of blade steel. Some people prefer single deployment. Some people prefer multiple options for deployment. Doesn't mean it's wrong or right. It's just different people have different things that they prefer. I really like brass. Zach really likes copper. He is wrong, but it doesn't mean he's wrong. It's just not my thing. All sprinkle knives are stupid. They're for incels and liberals. Where did that come from?
You're talking about the sprinkle auto Kalashnikov,
Oh.
the Desert Warrior.
Hmm. I could see that. I was like, holy shit, that comment was out of left field. I didn't realize. Also, still trying to wrap my mind around the clamp. That might be kind of cool. That's what collecting is all about. Absolutely. I mean, some people prefer titanium. Some people prefer stainless steel. That was a Reddit comment about the Hanson. Oh, Jesus. Um, some people like smaller knives. Some people like bigger knives. Really on what you like.
Mm-hmm.
One is not better than the other. It's personal preference. I mean, is that the one that I have? Is the XXL?
No,
That's just the XL.
just the regular. Yeah, the regular, and then they had the small one.
IT. I mean, my dessert warrior should still be in there. Jeez, hear him out. I don't like serration either. There's pros and cons to serrations. I understand why some people prefer serrations, depending on what job you're trying to do. They're a bitch to sharpen. That's the reason why I don't like serrations. But sometimes they're necessary. Not opposed to them. I just don't like sharpening. Back to one of the two people that I sharpened a knife for at the show. Um, dude handed me a K bar that was partially serrated, and I was like, I'm not touching this serration. He's like, I know. Like, all right, cool. The rest of the knife was sharp as shit. I would have thought about it and actually had my tools with me, like my small files and my little ceramic rods. Like I could have sharpened the serrations, but I didn't have that stuff with me. Or I'm not a fan of autos or serrations, but that knife would put in some work. I love blade jimping. I mean serrations. Yeah.
The one that Ruby tried to steal.
Yeah. It was like they both should be in there. Why are there no washers or bearings in it, dopey? The one that I took apart, I'm pretty sure had washers in it. But like I said, I couldn't reset the spring, so. If you want to ever hire someone to get your shit selling on Etsy and shit, and more to your shop, let me know. It'll give me something to do. Oh yeah, try the PJG. You got it, T. Interesting. Yeah. No. Right, you have that.
Yep.
You've never carried either. You got that a blade 2 years ago,
Um,
3 years ago,
not this past blade, but the blade before.
the blade 2 years ago.
Yeah, this little guy.
Over the fact that it doesn't even say what the steel is from the
Yeah, they weren't expensive. So.
dick cheese on my blade. I mean, they're not bad.
No, they're not bad. Perfect.
Not seen anyone else's comment. So there's a reason for that, Gary. So we're live on Facebook and YouTube. So a lot of the comments are coming from the YouTube side. Stop looking. You're really pissing me off tonight. Stay silent before you get to it. Blue, stop licking. I'm gonna rip your tongue out. I know he means no harm. He gets into these moods to where he's just awful to deal with, and we've been gone all day, so he's like, I'm gonna fuck up everything. Do all the things I know I'm not supposed to do. And I'm not feeling well, so I'm over shit. Yeah, I said what I said. He just stopped. Also, if you've ever interacted with a healer, what I just did felt like me going like this to a person. Because healers like don't feel pain like a normal dog. Also, I did. I did this to them,
Oh.
but they're bred to get kicked by cows. So like spanking them, they usually look at you like, "What?"
Yeah, that's why I just don't even waste my time. Just tell him to stop. He knows.
For Ruby's the opposite end of the spectrum. I'm assuming it's because she was beat. Like you raise her voice, she's gone underneath the bed.
Hmm. Even if I raise my voice, she's like, nope. Even if I'm not yelling at her.
Yeah. Yell at a cat, she's underneath the bed.
Yeah. I'm not yelling at you like you're not in trouble. What are you doing, little pig? Penelope doesn't even like for me to yell. What do you have on your chin now? She has something like on her chin.
Hey, Juju, where'd you come from?
Penelope.
Probably.
I see.
You want me to hold her so you can look?
I think I got it. I think it was just like something stuck in her fur. And like I said, it was probably like food or something.
Probably.
You've made everybody leave.
Apparently so.
Good job.
Oh no, Zach may have left T. Says we only got one person watching.
And that's you, T.
Well, this one says we got two, so I don't know. Could be T and Lauren, could be T and Zach, could be T and Dopey. I have no clue. Yeah, it's T and Dopey.
Mm.
Did you cut yourself, Dopey?
I'm not here, so
That's what I said. You and Dopey, or you and Lauren. Now it's saying that we're up to 4. I don't know what YouTube's doing.
Hey, Cheeto.
Holy crap! What's up, Cheeto?
Okay, okay, Lauren's back. I'm just a bit distracted. Got a new model for today. No blood. Well, that's good.
That's good. Nice. The Abba lady is here. Who is the Abba lady? Oh, the aviator. Sorry.
And then it clicked. Like, oh,
Yeah, same.
I've been talking to you guys and them. I gotcha.
My bad, man. Ask them to sing Dancing Queen.
Boo.
Or,
What Cheeto said, the singer from ABBA.
There's several songs with ABBA. Brain no worky. Yeah. ABBA is just the singer from ABBA. Having the time of your life. Waterloo.
Yeah.
Waterloo's a good one. How's everything going with that, Lauren? Like, have you guys seen any improvements? Or I know it just started, but need to need to talk to Juvan. Apparently, he's in Huntsville as well.
Oh yeah, right.
No, you're not having good success with it. No, I'm not, Lauren. Yeah.
Guys, stop.
Having issues with the DMV.
You were not Lauren. You were.
I feel like this is a terrible version of Who's on First. I have no idea. But I believe you. Now, Madison. We know downtown Huntsville. You know where the old school is? That's got a lot of cool like businesses inside of it. And the museum. That's the extent of our knowledge of Huntsville. Museum was pretty cool.
Reading my license a month ago. I told them to see what was going on. They said I didn't take a photo for my life. I think they were going to apart.
I mean, just take a picture with your phone and email it to me. Like, put that shit on my file. Told the lady I went to the DMV to renew in person, and they took my picture twice, so they fucked it.
Campus 805 is the old school building. Yeah, I gotta remember the name of it.
It's a really cool place. If you ever get a chance to go over there, Hopton Guac is delicious. And we wanted to check out the speakeasy, but they weren't open when we were there. Well, that's stupid, Cheetah. You should file a written complaint. And let me know how it goes.
It's the DMV. They don't care.
Also, government. They don't care.
Yeah. Like, oh, you want to complain? Okay.
Let me send you to our complaint department. It's called the DMV.
Lauren's at the grown.
Leave her alone. She's probably fresh out of school. Don't ask her what 2 + 2 is. She can do ABA. Quit huffing and puffing, you jack off. Yeah, I said what I said. You're being a jerk. You're being a huffy jerk. You are being a huffy jerk. You're handsome. I know you're handsome, but you're being a huffy jerk. No, don't talk to me like that.
Sit. Lay down. Yep.
I mean, government.
Use your inside voice.
It's like with me. I had my bro.
Use your inside voice. Stop. Stop. You have to go potty.
It's like with me. I had a. Well, that's cool. I had my student loans with Great Lakes, and they apparently sold my student loans to Nelnet. Well, Nelnet had Alina's student loans originally, and then they got mine, and they wanted us to sign up for the Save plan, and I'm like, no. I've seen how this works. You get into this brand new government program that's going to save you all this money, and you're locked into spending more money. No, I can't get a hold of Nelnet. So my student loans are currently past due. I think I'm going into month 2 of not payment. Can't get in touch with them. I've tried. Can't email them. Can't even go on the website, talk with their AI. None of that shit. So I'm like, meh. What are you going to do? Hurt my credit score? You haven't had my money in 3 years. Fuck off. I'm not working right now, so like they can't garnish my paychecks. You have no power here. I just don't like dealing with government. Why I want to go live on a plot of land and have our own community and just do things the way that we want to do them. So, Dopey, if you got a new Gundam model, you have to do me a favor. And you get it all put together, like Gangnam style, and make the robot dance. I can be the community jester. See, there you go, Dopey. Pretty sure you also bring more to the table than just that, but doesn't pay shit. I mean, he may get some poo slung at him. It may be actual shit. We don't know. Model isn't very flexible, but I'm sure I can do it. Can you make a video, dude? Oh, oh. See, Dopey in that situation of like a commune, like you would be a great mind to have around because, like, I know your level of redneck engineering and your chemical knowledge. So I'd be like, man, I don't know if this is going to work. You'd be like, hold on. I need 3 popsicle sticks, 2 paper clips, and some ferrochloride. I'd be like, okay. And it would somehow work.
We're talking about commune.
Fuck yeah, we're talking about commune. I was bitching about the student loans.
I heard you saying about
Now they can just fuck off because they haven't had my money in 3 years. they were bitching about the DMV. So I was like, oh yeah, student loans.
I have student loans too. But
I
have to pay
say
them.
they. It was cheap.
Hearing his argument.
It's a good skill to have, and it's not as appreciated as it should be. I don't know. I couldn't tell you what I was talking about or doing. It's not what you think it
It
is.
looks very questionable.
It's not what you think it is because it might have been. I don't know. Probably just fucking with my hand. I don't know. I don't know what I was doing. That face though. Ruby, leave the kitties alone. That wasn't even Penelope. Look at Penelope. She was like, "What the fuck was that?" It was Link or Chewie. I think it was probably Link. I really got a WD-40 this chair.
Yeah. It's super squeaky.
It's also super old. It's also had a lot of big butts in it. Mostly butts. Excuse me. Told Dopey when he got his model together, he needs to shoot a video of it dancing and him playing Gangnam Style. He's like, this model isn't very flexible, but I can do that with one of my other models. I was like, nice.
Hey, D. I guess Alyssa wanted to put up the Christmas tree, so.
Oh, no. What's up, D? My flashlight was. My pocket. Oh, you know. Same old, same old. Does not sound that way, but we're doing okay. Like that meme. It's too damn high. How are you doing? Jam in a beer.
It's delicious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know it's cider co, but isn't this technically a sour?
It's cider.
Oh, it's a cider?
Uh-huh.
tastes like jam.
That's what.
I don't know what strawberry blackberry is, but
Yep.
boo. See you in a bit, man. Because we have 4 watch. YouTube's on some bullshit. I really like the knives. I made a big version for Shaq. It's like this big. Ginger rigging. I mean, okay. So that's called the microblade.
Quit. Just because you brought me your pig does not mean that you can do whatever you want.
He's like, hey, see what microblade 3 point. What I missed? Yes.
Blue has this pig that's super dirty and needs to be washed, but he loves this thing.
He loves that.
And he brings it to you, and he's like,
Chris coughed.
he brings it to you, and he's like, let me like do whatever I want because I was nice and brought you my pig, but it squeaks, and he gets very upset whenever you squeeze it.
Mhm.
Like he's looking at me right now, like, how dare you?
Mhm.
I gotta wash this pig.
It's pretty disgusting. Mr. Giggity.
Blue's favorite toy is that thing.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is.
He carries it around the house and does he just walks around the house with the pig in his mouth. Lay down, Blue. It's a noise piggy. Dollar store special.
That's a good looking pig. It's ridiculous. Okay. What's been going on? Like that giant knife in his hand looks like mine. Actually, mine looks smaller than that in his hands, but like looks like a Medford or something like that. Like nothing crazy. Then a normal person holds it. It's like that freaking big.
Look at a knife that they made for Shaq, especially for Shaq.
Yeah, the Wesson knife that they made for Shaq, where he's like, "Hey, this is a normal sized knife," and you hand it to a regular person, it's like that fucking big blows. It's comically huge.
But for Shaq, it just looks like a normal knife.
Well, it looks like he's holding like a Medford. He's also a big guy. So. Giant hands. Feel like right here. Or it's just the delay. The comment makes me happy. That's a noise pig. Be really cool. I don't know how you would design it. Not really design it. I don't know how you would make it happen. You'd have to have some sort of like chip in the frame itself.
Mhm.
But once you deploy it, go what? Be kind of cool. Like that big. Point. Go on, do it. Jesus. You should be sorry, Lord. You're fine, man. Damn. Trip sucks. There's something going around, obviously.
Yeah.
It's okay, my body will burn it out. Or I'll burn it out with alcohol either way. Oh, great last Friday after those couple hot toddies.
Mm-hmm. Sure you did. Sorry to hear about your friends. See.
That sucks. Message Zach Lauren. Oh, you were looking at Tatas. Tatas. No, I was looking at knives. Kind of my tatas. Knife maker that doesn't enjoy looking at knives.
He's the same thing.
Why when they were talking about the EXO, I was like, I want an EXO so bad. I had the chance to play with one at Blade that had Damascus
Inlay.
inlay. And it was awesome. And then they told me, well, I saw the price on it, and I was like, you can give that back.
They have the EXO and they have the EXO Mini.
I know. I really like the EXO Mini with the Ultim. Now knives and tatas. Me go from one obsession to another. That's the way it always works. I was big into vaping. And then got into EDC. And then in them both for a little bit. We almost went broke.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I'm just going with EDC. And also, I'm working with someone today, so I can't be on the phone as much.
Y'all are slacking.
I
Okay.
mean, are you working with somebody or are you training? If you're training somebody, you're not doing it right. Get them to do all the damn work. You just sit on your phone. But you guys are fine. We're boring ourselves. Both of us got the funk.
Yeah. We got the funk. Gotta
We're
have
working
that funk.
We're pulling a tyranny out. Should always pull a tyranny out. This is a land of freedom. Cheers, my friend. Oh, I know you were trying to say tyranny.
I like
Even
tyranny.
then, you gotta be careful. That could be considered battery.
Gotta not have that.
We don't want the funk,
Mm-mm.
but we got it. Yeah, it's really weird. I've seen a lot of people pop up that like they're dealing with similar
Similar.
things that like sinus, throat, congestion, cough, and the big thing that's been hitting me hard is like really bad headaches. And I started feeling like crap last Thursday. And I talked to my dad yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And he said the same thing. He was like, I started feeling like shit on Thursday. He's like, the headaches have been terrible. My throat's been on fire. Sinus, everything else. And I'm like, well, shit. That's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering if we got the newest version of the Rona. Me. Looks like cookie.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the rest of it?
What? That one?
You got the mange?
Looks like the twins off The Shining.
Come stay with us. Exactly. You know the old saying, what doesn't kill you makes you immune. So
Sorry, guys. I follow a kitty rescue page, and so I was looking at their adoptable.
well,
Cats.
tell the whole story. You don't just follow kitty adoption place. We donate to a kitty adoption place, and we've also adopted 2 kitties from said kitty adoption place.
Mm-hmm.
We also have to figure out what we're doing for Pennies for Paws. We can do that towards the end of the month.
I
That's
know, I
not a
just
big deal.
keep
We just got to
forgetting
figure out
about
what
it.
we're doing. Every year in November on our Facebook group, we do a GCR, Good Cause Raffle. And whatever we get, we donate to a local animal shelter, which it just happens to be the same place. So we donated to twice so far.
Mm-hmm.
We were going to do it last year, but USPS lost our fucking thing that we were going to do. We didn't have a main prize, and we're like, we'll just take a year off. Yeah, we do 2 GCRs a year. We do Pennies for Paws in November, and then in April,
Mm-hmm.
we do our autism GCR, and we donate it to the King's Daughter School for Autism.
Yeah.
Fucking wordy name for goddamn. Donated dollars for kitties. Same. They never tell you they are the original saying, what doesn't kill you makes you impotent. But it wasn't as catchy. Oh. I was just making a joke about herd immunity and whatnot with the Rona. I mean, super flu. I mean, Rona. Not sure it's the same. I mean, kitters are kitties. Kitties are kitties. Kitters are kitties. brain's been foggy as shit, so which makes me think that it might be the wrong.
My brain's been fine. So.
I don't need help.
I know.
Short circuited to begin with, and you throw funk into it, and I'm like, oh. Either way, I get. So they use the claws.
Yeah. Chewie and Penelope both came from this cat rescue place.
Come here, Chunky. Come here. Don't get more comfortable. Come here.
He's awful at doing that. He's like, "Oh, you want to get up? I'm just gonna get more comfortable."
I don't want to get up. I'm trying to grab him.
No, I know, but if you
Choo choo. Come here, buddy. I want to see your pretty face. He's like, hell no. Well, bro. That shouldn't have hurt you. Well, it shouldn't have hurt you. I was trying to grab you by the scruff of your neck. Right here shouldn't hurt you. That shouldn't hurt you. I think you were just being overly dramatic.
him be overly dramatic, never.
Fine. Yeah, I know you were sleeping, you're comfortable, and now you're plotting my demise. I get it. You're ginger. Yes. So this guy and the midget kitty that we show a lot, we adopted from Lucky's Cat House, which is a terrible name for an organization. Would have been even worse if it would have been Lucky's Cat House. That stripper place or an adoption agency? I don't
Is it
know.
a brothel?
Might be. Hello, everybody.
You just like perfectly chill sitting like that.
He's like, I am plotting your doom. But see, this stuff back here, it shouldn't hurt you. Just a good way to pick you up when you're trying to go limp. I know. Stop. You're fine. Try not to stick my. You know, you would enjoy it.
Like, okay, it's enough. Gotta go.
Almost wish you would have landed on blue. That would have been hilarious.
Blue would have freaked out.
Oh, absolutely. What are you doing, Doodle? Oh. Yeah, so some sort of cold virus, Rona, flu, which I haven't been icky. You haven't really been either. So who knows? But we'll let it run its course, and then we'll be fine. Or we won't. Especially after the shenanigans of the last 3 years. Don't really trust doctors a whole lot. Didn't really trust them that much to begin with, but now I really don't trust them. But that's my own personal opinion. I am not giving you medical advice or telling you what you should or shouldn't believe in or trust. You know what I miss?
Mm.
Miss Southside. Southside was
Yeah.
awesome.
Unless we have 0 people watching.
YouTube says we have 4 people watching. On Facebook, we don't have anybody watching. Warren's probably busy with ABBA.
Oh yeah, ABBA. He's got ABBA in his house, so I don't blame him there.
I would be distracted.
Where's this line here?
Dopey's busy playing with his models.
Mm-hmm.
They're not action figures, they're models. His bees try to land a Coca-Cola sponsorship of Coke 04. What? Coca-Cola.
I still don't. He always comes out with these like most random like things to say. You never know what's gonna like.
Who's bees?
Mm.
And also, why are you drinking Coke Zero? Furthermore, why are you drinking Coke to begin
I was
with?
gonna say, why are you drinking Coca-Cola to begin with? Bees Blades.
Mm-mm.
YouTube channel.
Mm-mm. Wish we could get sponsored, but we're not even monetized. So. Not gonna happen.
Nope.
Wonder if my knife is in on that giveaway. I doubt it, but I don't know. Gee.
Also, it's a giveaway.
Also, 37.86 hours. Also, 700 views.
Mm-hmm.
Ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Check that out. New music from Cantrell. Oh. Yeah, I mean, I've never been a fan of Coke.
I mean Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola. I've never been a fan of Coke either. It's too sweet. Now I don't drink sodas at all. So like I'm not a fan of any soda company. Also, they're terrible for you. But when I was drinking sodas, I was a Pepsi guy. Pepsi all the way. Cherry Pepsi, beautiful. But once again, terrible for you. I hadn't had sodas or energy drinks in 4 or 5 years. I don't know if it's really done anything beneficial, but I can't stand the sweetness anymore. So I guess that's good. Also pretty terrifying that people are putting something in your body that is so caustic it can clean the toilet bowl.
Yep.
Hey, what's up, PNW? It's been a while since we've seen you, buddy.
Drinking soda. Yep. Cherry Pepsi all the way. If I'm drinking soda, which usually the only soda I drink anymore is Sprite, and that's only if we like go out.
Mhm.
Oops, sorry. I didn't mean to like stab you with my.
It's fine. So,
My nails aren't that long, so
okay,
it shouldn't have hurt that bad.
over it. It's fine. Just took your 3 layers of skin off your hand. It's fine.
I didn't even scratch you.
I know. I'm messing with you.
Hope you don't really dramatic.
I mean, it was in the household. We eat. All of our animals are overly dramatic. Overly dramatic animals.
Mm-hmm.
I work during most lives, so I try not to. Well,
I mean, we appreciate it.
we appreciate it. Usually we go live on Saturdays, but we got a thing tomorrow, so we figure we just 2 birds, 1 stone at tonight. We go live on our Facebook page and YouTube.
Yeah, we got Friendsgiving tomorrow.
Oh yeah, we do. I'm getting riggedy wrecked. Mostly joking. I can't get too sloshed because I gotta play pig ball and not die or
Yeah, there's
hurt
probably not going
somebody.
to be a whole lot of alcohol there anyway. There'd be some, but everybody's got kids now, so like.
Care? I'll bring my own. Fuck 'em. I can't play pig ball sober. Like I have to have a couple beers in my system at least.
Make cheese.
Pig ball, for those of you wondering, Thursday through Monday, 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. So it's difficult sometimes. I gotcha. And we appreciate it, man. Would say if it wasn't for people like actually paying attention to what we do and supporting us, we wouldn't be doing it. But I mean, yeah, we're creative people and we like to make shit. But it makes it easier when people like what we're doing and
Yeah.
support.
Anyways, you were gonna say what pig ball is.
Yeah, so those of you that are wondering,
It's a made-up
I
game.
had a total brain fart. It's a made-up game that our friend group started, and what it is you take a cue ball and 8 ball, and you put the 8 ball where you would put the middle of the rack, and the first person to go starts at the other end. Same rules about when you're breaking. You've got the line that you have to be behind. And so you grab the cue ball and you smack the 8 ball. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to get the ball into one of the pockets before the person ahead of you, so they get a letter. And if you scratch, you get a letter. If the ball goes flying off, you get a letter, and you do round robin style. So it's like horse, but it's called pig.
Yeah.
So keep on going, all around until the people get out with PIG, and last person to survive wins.
So horse is with basketball. Pig ball is like horse but with pool.
Yeah.
So.
So like you get down to typically we'll have 7, 8, 9 guys playing. So like it's pretty lax. You get down to about the last 4, you're just constantly running across the table because you always have to shoot from the opposite end of where the ball is.
Yeah, where the cue ball is.
So like once the ball crosses that middle line threshold, you got to run to the other side of the table. And once the 8 ball stops, it's dead. You get a point. So it's like it's very quick, and people are running around the table and like trying not to trip over each other. And Sometimes I do it without any shoes on because I'm wearing flip flops. So it gives that extra level of complexity. But used to play 8 ball, 9 ball a lot as a kid. Oh, dude, I love billiards. 8 balls, 8 ball is my shit. 9 ball, I never really got into. I get the concept of it. I really enjoyed playing pool. We have what 4 cues between the both of us, or 3.
I think it's 3.
Well, because you remember the one cue holds 2 cues. Not just me, maybe my 2.
'Cause I just have the one.
Yeah, you have the Black Widow one. Oh, we found you at a yard sale.
Mm.
Hell of a score. I've got a titanium cue. It's not from Walmart. I got at the Wisconsin, the Green Bay Walmart when I was younger, and then I got the other one that might have.
Hell yeah.
You absolutely should. The other one I had, what did it come from? Grandpa?
Maybe.
I think it was from Grandpa. It's in rough shape though. It needs to be redone. It was a breaking cue, I believe. Let's just it's seen better days.
Yeah. Feels like I have to sneeze.
Sweet.
Like my nose was like tickling, so I was like, oh, feels like I have to sneeze. Nope.
Oh, 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 oh.
Like the worst feeling ever.
Yeah.
You have to sneeze, but you can't.
Indeed. Have you been working on anything new, PNW? Made Sense TV, Zebrawood, Nerd Cone, and I'm waiting for him to get the package so I can upload my video on it. Hell yeah, that's awesome. That's why I figured you meant. I need to get back into like doing some carving. I made some pretty cool beads. They were unusually big. I think that was the big thing that turned people off from them. But I was trying to get into like hand carving and finishing, getting my finishing skills better and stuff like that. Oh, dude, that's awesome. Exotics are awesome. So I know you just sat down. You'll do me a favor. Take your phone. Go take a picture of our coffee table. You want to see something cool, P&W? And send it to me in Messenger. Mermaid pen would be interesting. Or a merman pen. Where you gotta be sexist. Not a mermaid, it's a merlady. I'm gonna flash you say no. I used to worry about my finishing a lot on purpose, but then I realized it's art. It doesn't have to be perfect. Bruh. You would not believe how many times I've had that same conversation with people. Because at least on Facebook side of things, people want a custom knife that looks like it's made from a factory. Not a custom knife, in my opinion. Some people out there have a lot of really good skills. The guy who taught me how to make knives, he's one of them. I also like to make myself different. Like I'm working on a 36 layer Damascus blade right now, and it looks almost pristine, but it's got some hammer marks in it, and I stonewashed it. You never do that with Damascus, but I did it because I wanted it to look like a cohesive design. Wanted somebody to pick up the Damascus and use it. But it's all perfect. It doesn't look like it's from a factory, so how can it be art? Fuck you, I made it by hand. Literally made the Damascus, finished it. I'm working on scales. Sucketh my dicketh. So I completely and utterly agree with you, PNW. Anyways, so without further ado, and also this needs to be refinished, but it's a coffee table. So fuck it. I built that. It's white oak.
It's got some spots on the top, but we use
Yeah,
it. So like,
it's been well used. It needs to be refinished. Over here in this corner, there's some gouges taken out of it because I tried to open up a beer bottle in 2010, 2011, something like that.
we were still in college.
We were still in college. One of the dogs decided that this area would be really good to start chomping on. Ruby, that needs to be sanded down. Yeah, inch and a half top, half an inch or 3/4 of an inch on the bottom. Glued up legs. My design, hand cut, finished, put together. I mean, I've got a bottle opener that I can screw on the side. I was drinking and being stupid. Mortise and tenon for this to sit into the table, and then it's notched for the bottom ledge. It was a bitch, but I made it by hand.
What year did you make that?
2009, 2008, 2009, something like that. So it's also got some patina on it just from years of whatever. Looks like a multi-purpose table. Yeah, absolutely. So it's actually been refinished once. So I made the table and we had it for a month or two. And then my professor wanted me to put it in a show. So we stripped it down and refinished it for the show, but it needs to be stripped and refinished again. But I'm like, man, that's our table. It's got battle scars, and actually, I dig the weathered look. So
I mean, it's been through a lot. It's been through a lot of moves too.
yeah, it's been through a lot of moves.
And
Had my fat ass sit on it multiple times.
I've sat on it.
It can hold my weight, so I did something right.
Yeah, that's been our coffee table ever since you made it.
Yes, we have, and it doesn't feel great.
Yeah, that's the only thing with those edges like that. Like, it does not feel good if you accidentally bump into it. But
I wish I might have it on my Facebook, but with that same woodworking class, I made a really badass shelf.
Yeah.
I might have it on my Facebook page.
You also made that candle holder.
Those should be in the same picture if I uploaded it. Haha. Oh. So these are the shelves that I made. So this is white oak and mahogany, maybe. Did the dovetails, glued them up, turned them, cut them in half, which was fun. And then on the back side, I actually cut into it. So it has a bracket that you screw on the wall, and it's got two legs sitting out of it, and the whole shelf goes onto the bracket and it's floating. And so this was what I did in version 2 of that class. And then I also made this, which I used the same wood. Did a shit job of glue up right there. But this was turned, glued up, turned, and then I cut out the legs and attached them. Teeth edge, some still appreciate freehand burning. Keep at it. It's awesome. My only skill was pyrograph.
Biography.
Yeah, but with AI
Yeah,
and laser burner. Dude, hell yeah. I want to see some of that shit. And then so this is what my logo originally was. I was gonna make clothing, and then we fixed the logo to the logo I have now. And then that was just some stuff I did with graphic design. This was the album cover I made for some buddies of mine. They didn't use, which I should have. It's a good looking photo. Is that poster I did while I was in college. The original. It was just a stupid design thing that I did. I think this was the actual one. Yeah. Poster design by CDE Designs. Giggity. Dude, man, I've always been obsessed with the dichotomy of black versus white, good versus evil, yin yang, if you will. I just didn't realize why I liked it so well. And then heard Duality from Slipknot, and I was like, oh, well, it makes sense. Yeah, this poster came out looking fantastic.
You did the podium too.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
And then while I was going to technical school, built this bitch. I believe it's just pine, but made this for the country club that I was working at for a host stand. And last thing I heard is that when Ryan left,
Mhm.
the new manager took over. I guess they did some updating to the dining room, and this ended up in the fucking basement. Like, fucking assholes. This was a bitch. This was fun though. Used a Craig jig, so everything is hidden and inset. Came out looking good. I shocked myself with that one.
Still share your screen.
I know. I was trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to show off. Oh, proof that we met Lizzie Hale of Hailstorm. For sure that we all know that the money people pay directly for goods is far under they actually work in time, but we put in our craft. Telling you the amazing deals they are getting. Yeah, dude, man. That's another thing that I've been struggling with over the years is like what people are paying for versus what you're selling it for. And it's not really fair. It doesn't usually match up. But this is Non-Point, Elias Soriano and Rashid of Non-Point.
Yeah.
Little baby Chris. Little baby Chris. Kind of look like Luke in this picture. And then these were guys that we were friends with that him and him are still in the band. Him and him are gone from the band, but they're still a thing. Yeah. So fun stuff. B&W, I feel like you and I need to have a chat at some point, a video chat or like text chain or something, and probably be able to vent to one another. At the price point that I sell my knives for right now, my time is free, which sucks, but I also need to get my knives and name out there. So even at the price point that I was originally selling my fixed blades for, I still wasn't getting paid for my time. Literally, it's the steel and materials get covered, and some of the items that I use through, like belts and such, get paid for, and that's pretty much it. It's very very disheartening when people want people like custom things, but people also want to get like Amazon and Walmart prices. So like there's a huge disconnect, and it's been that way for years. So it is what it is. It to be what it to be. It to do what it to do. You end up live in a society now that is very electronic dependent and wants perfection very low in my experience. It's a great passion to have. Well, it's a great passion to have. Like I've explained to many people before, um, I went full time for about 6 months, and I had some success, but it wasn't what I was hoping for. Um, Also, the product suffers when you know that you have to put out X amount for a week in order to pay for bills or to keep the lights on or keep things rolling. So those were some hard lessons that I had to learn, but I got the opportunity to learn them, and I did. Um, but now, like I and I even said this when I was full time, like if it didn't work out, I don't make knives because like I want to make knives. I mean, I do, no, but like I'm an artist. I have an internal need to create, and I have found a medium that I really like, and that's knife making. It's metalworking. So it's like even if somebody doesn't buy my stuff, I still got to do it. Like it's intrinsic, like gravity towards the craft. So, and also when you get into like blacksmithing and metalsmithing, you can make all sorts of cool shit, and that's just a valuable tool to have and valuable knowledge. So, sent samples on IG Chris, but I can find of more of my women somewhere. That chick was a coworker's GF. I made a secret Santa. Oh, sweet dude! I love seeing people's work, dude.
Nice.
That looks badass. Alright, I'm gonna show it off. If one of the people see it, I'm sorry. I'm gonna do it. So this is some of T's work. Like, good job, sir. And so, like, here's the thing, T, with what you said. You messed up there and you intended to go back and fix it. It's art, man. Nobody else would ever see that unless you said something.
Mm-hmm.
I can show you every little piece on every knife that I've ever made that was a fuck up. And unless I tell people, most of the time they don't see it. I do. It's part of being a craftsman, part of being an artiste. Um, but that's a good thing to have, if that makes sense. So, Ellie, what I think carving is my stress relief. I do it regardless of people buy my stuff. That's why I give so much away. I have so much. Why you want to do a little trade?
I think you should do.
I like the barter system. Trust me.
I think you should do some like woodworking stuff again like that. Like I know you don't have all the equipment for it, but like do like the candle holders, stuff like that again. Because it was like you did a really good job. It looked really nice, and you could make a decent amount of money.
No, don't show dang. Hey, T, there's nothing to be embarrassed about. Like, that was good work. I would love to go back and do some woodworking. You know what I'm missing to be able to do some woodworking? A fucking lathe.
I know. I know you need a lathe for your knife making stuff too, but
I don't own those people's faces. I mean, I fucking hope not. That'd be a whole other question, like whole other conversation we need to fucking have. Leatherface. I don't own those faces.
I have them up in my.
I wish I did.
I have them up hanging up in my wall.
Make a good lampstand. Love you too, man.
Have a good night, Lauren.
Good luck with everything, bro. Yeah, I would love to be able to make some woodworking projects again. I have a chunk of oak, I think, left over from that. But I also have the wood that I've been saving for a while that I could process to make some cool shit. But like, so when I got the shop all set up and everything, and we rebranded to be more of a craft page instead of an EDC page, I told Alina, I was like, I want to start doing woodworking again because I enjoy it. And I really want to make another coffee table, but I want to use the principle of tensegrity.
Mm-hmm. I want you to do that because that'd be cool as shit.
It would be cool shit. But I've got a router, so that wouldn't be an issue. And with that tensegrity tabletop project, literally the only thing I would need is some longer clamps, which I can get from Harbor Freight.
Yeah.
And wood glue. I can sand it and pseudo plane it and router the edges and stuff like that. Route the edges. So I can do that. I have to figure out. Might need a bigger like portioner bit, or I could do the angle drills and just figure out what angle I need to go at. But yeah, I can do that. How was that, Ruby? Probably. So P and W or T, are you familiar with the concept of tensegrity? It's really cool. And if you're not, I'm going to show you.
T probably already knows that. He's like, oh yeah, I know exactly what that is. Because it's T. And he knows like all this random stuff. So
a really cool principle.
Yes, P&W, I would love for him to do one of those tables. We've looked at those tables before.
Yes, I would love
also the furniture where they do the that like electric where it branches off the wood burning.
Yeah. So tensegrity is TENSEGRITY. Tension, integrity, or floating compression is a structural principle. So, once again, because I like yin and yang, push and pull, if you will, I found this and I was like, so tensegrity is the principle of you putting push and pull tension on an object. And what that does, electrolysis.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of the word.
Yeah.
So basically, what you get whenever you do the push and pull is you get a very stable
Scroll down.
top
Click on
whenever
this one.
pressure is exerted.
Click on this one. That's a better example.
Yeah, like a bridge. Yeah, kind of like a bridge.
Or earthquake proofing shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So like here, well, I mean, this is a really good example, but so with the fact that you've got tension and compression going on, you can literally fit something on that while those two forces are going, and it's going to hold it. Whereas if you were to tip the table over on its side, just the top, it would completely collapse in on itself. And so what my thought was is I was going to do a wooden coffee table using this concept. And so what I want to do is I want to do a big guitar pick that's oblong and then have a larger wooden dowel at an angle coming from one side, and then do the same thing on the other side, and then run chains to get the push and pull. I think it would be really cool, but you gotta do it. Yeah, the first one that I saw, it was this little tiny table. And like after you put it in place, like it wobbles and stuff like that. Dude took his coffee cup and went and just sat there, and I was like, but like these concepts I've always been very interested in. Tension, compression, torsion. What's up, Bart? You've been on my mind lately, buddy. We need to meet up still, sir. Because I need that copper and brass because I'm gonna do something I ain't never did before. I got an idea in my head. You know how that goes. Sounds like a cool concept. Do it, Chris. I mean, I appreciated it. I know he was talking about the table. So, so you guys are not in the dark. Bart's not in the dark. It's very interesting. I'm going to research it more after work. Always looking for new ideas. Oh, dude, I mean, there's tons of stuff out there. Um, I mean, I don't know if they end well, but I usually end up learning something and maybe get something kind of cool in the process. Um, so I want to make this or this or this or this or this or maybe a little bit of this. I don't know. Yeah, so I need that looks like brass. I need copper and or brass so I can do some maskets.
You essentially want to make kumai, but with brass and copper.
I mean, no, I was planning on doing kumai with brass, period.
Oh, okay.
But whether you do brass or copper, it doesn't really matter. So we have a show that we do in March that's up in Ohio. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a my take on a buoy, but I'm gonna have Damascus that I make, and then I'm gonna have a layer of nickel, two layers of so Damascus, nickel, nickel, brass, brass, and then 8670, 80 CRV2, 1095, 1086 in the center. So essentially doing a Gomai, but with brass or copper, whatever, it doesn't really matter. And then once all that's brazed and fused together, then when I go to grind that, you'll see not only the brass layer coming through, but you'll see the nickel come through. Nickel does an acid etch. Brass and copper does ish, but I could go through and kind of like buff it out. Um, but then you're going to get this clad Damascus, the super shiny layer, and then the brass, and then your actual cutting edge. And if I don't win a fucking award to sell the goddamn knife at this show, probably not going back. A whole lot of luck at this show because people are looking for like traditional knives, like a Bowie or something to that effect, a traditional like kitchen knife or whatever. And like, I'm gonna throw out all the stops. Yeah, it's gonna be a shitload of work, but I like punishment. Okay, I am intrigued. Oh, I wonder if hold on, I'm gonna try something. It doesn't do it on Facebook. Oh no. Okay, Bart, if you could do me a favor and find me on YouTube. Um so when I share a screen, it doesn't show on Facebook. So that's me on YouTube. If you go onto YouTube, I can show you what I'm talking about. Yeah, dude, it's gonna be a shitload of work. I just made my second thing of brass or second thing of Damascus, and I've already put in a shitload of work to it.
But now I'm curious because I'm like,
Even made myself this ring.
what if you did that though? I mean, I don't know how these two metals would interact with each other. What if you did the Damascus, and instead of doing nickel, do Damascus, copper, brass, and then your
I mean,
1086 or
I
whatever.
mean, I can.
I just don't know how those two metals will react with each other.
You would almost have to separate them. I would almost have to have a piece of nickel in between,
Okay.
which is not a big,
Damascus,
not a big deal.
Small piece of nickel, copper.
So whenever you go to do kumai, and this is something that I have to do more research over because I'm like, how the hell am I going to heat treat?
Yeah.
Unless it's a lower melting point.
Uh-huh.
But so with brass and copper, essentially all you're doing is brazing.
Okay.
So I'm going to make the Damascus. I'm going to let that cool.
Right.
Make sure the backs are flat. And I'm going to make sure the brass and copper's flat, the nickel's flat, all that stuff. When I put it together, I'm not even going to weld it. Mm-hmm. I'm going to, well, see, that's the thing. I don't know. I may have to clamp them of some type. I may just have to put them in like a form and bend it so they hold together. But so you don't forge it. You let the brass and copper get up to their melting point, and the whole thing goes.
Yeah.
And then you pull it out and let it cool, and then you can mess with it and all that stuff. But I don't understand how that's not going to melt when I go to do heat treat. I don't want to have brass and copper all in my forge.
Yeah, I was just curious. Like,
I do have a forge, so is my buddy. I would definitely do it at my buddy's forge because he's done kumai before.
Like, I throw out crazy ideas, and I'm like, would this work? And he's like, no, sometimes. And sometimes he's like, well, yeah, actually, it could work.
I mean, brass and copper, as long as it was separated, I don't see an issue in doing that. It's just copper purists are going to be like, ew, brass.
No, but I just think that it would be cool to have like
absolutely would be cool. I really think the knife industry lacks artistic flair anymore. I want to see some dangerous, confusing stuff, something that makes a person think. I mean, art's supposed to make you think anyways.
What I really want him to do, and he hasn't done it yet, what I really think would be cool to do a skeleton knife.
Mm.
And by skeleton knife, I mean literally just the blade part would be just the outside, and the inside of the knife would be cut out. If that makes sense. So like,
No, you've explained the concept
no, I
to me
know.
before. I
So like,
just
essentially, all of this would be cut out where there would be nothing, and then you would just have your cutting edge, and then your bevel, your this
your spine.
your spine, and then your of course your tip and all that fun stuff. But yeah, I think that's really cool. I've never seen it before, so
That would be really cool.
it would probably be a pain in the butt to do.
Probably.
But I think it would be really cool.
My biggest issue with it, and the only thing
But
where
it would probably lack stability.
structural integrity.
Yeah, because you're missing.
Also, when you go to do your heat treat and you temper, probably gonna warp like a motherfucker.
No, you could. I'm saying like, do heat treat. Well, do everything that you can with the knife that you normally would, and then like wait until like the last possible moment to cut out the middle, so that way everything is good with it, and then like do as much as you can.
You know what I would need to do that with?
What?
A mill.
Listen. I know you don't have one, but
Also open up for so much interplay designs. Yeah, absolutely.
yeah. So you could like
you could do so many inlays.
you could do inlays. You could fill it in with resins, like whatever you wanted to do. But I'm just like that would be really cool.
That's what I said, Bart. Not only would you need
Yeah.
a mill, but due to the fact that it's after heat treat and temper, you would have to have like cobalt bits. So a cobalt end mill, which would be hellaciously expensive. Cobalt may not be the right word. Hold on.
Diamond tip.
No, it's not diamond.
I don't know. It's expensive. That's all I know.
Expensive. That's what it is. Carbide.
Carbide bit.
Yeah. I would need a carbide end mill, which just out of shits and giggles. Let's look it up.
How much they are?
Let's look it up. They're actually really not that bad.
I mean, you can get expensive, but just like with
Well,
anything.
I mean, it's anything you can get expensive. But it's like, okay, here you go, set for $42. But
Looks like around $50 would get you a decent.
yeah, which is really not bad. I
So
mean,
see, there you go.
$30, that's not bad. But mill
Oh, yeah, I know. Mill's expensive.
that I know has, or I'd be making custom.
Anyways,
Yeah, I think it's a cool idea. The biggest issue that would arise if you're doing all that post heat treat and post temper is that you would absolutely have to keep the end mill and the blade cool, or you're going to ruin the temper and the hardening and all that stuff. Which, I mean, there's ways around that. You can make it happen. So
now don't sell my ideas to anybody.
patent pen. I got people. What about doing a variable quench? Let it cool by air first, and then reheat oil quench.
Just throwing out ideas. This is what I do. That I throw out ideas all the time.
Yeah,
I have
no,
no
she
idea what I'm
does. She
doing.
was like, "What about this?" I'm like,
Like, would this work? I have no idea what I'm doing, but
maybe, or no, absolutely,
yeah.
or yes, it would. Never. So, like, steels are so weird, and this comes with like the metallurgical knowledge with not only stock removal but knife smithing, more so than knife smithing. So Some steels, they quench with air. Some steels quench with water. Some steels quench with oil. Um, really, by all rights, the 8670 that I use and I prefer, I shouldn't be using canola oil. But you know what? Fuck you, it works. I should be using like Parks 50, but I have canola oil and it works, and it's I get great results every single time, so I'm not going to change what I do. Um, but like the E2 that I have out there, it's air quench. So, oh Jesus Christ, you cannot make a full knife in 3 hours. I promise you. Camera magic happens all the time. Some of my best friends are former contestants of Fortune Fire Indoor Champions. So, not gonna name drop, but I can.
But yeah, no, I have no idea what I'm doing whenever it comes to all that, and I just ask. You know more than what I do. That's why I'm like, hey, would this work? Could this be a thing? Yeah, but you never know until you try it. See, there you go. I figure if my idea, if he thinks it would work, and he tries it and it doesn't, then it's a learning experience. So. But see, here's the thing, T. He comes back and I do that. He's gonna see your comment. He's gonna be like, really? Exactly, PNW. Yeah. I never know like what I'm doing, but sometimes I get these ideas because I know that Chris, sometimes you run out of ideas, kind of like writer's block for authors. So I'm like, hey, what about this? Would this work? Is this the thing?
So, case in point, I do stupid shit that you shouldn't do, and then I learned. So, did his custom folder collab ever get done? Custom folder collab?
I think he's just talking about that. Like,
You mean the one I designed? You mean my folder?
but did it ever get like? It hasn't gotten funded yet.
Whoa, the hell did I do? That was weird. We have a pre-sale going on the website right now.
Make it bigger.
What? Okay, cool.
Right there on that little button.
No, I don't want to hit that because if I hit that, then it's gonna go crazy. There we go. Damn. Shit. So anyways, yeah, let's stick this in and see what happens. Remove the comment. Remove what comment?
He said while he's gone, put the mouse on the opposite side and switch sides with him. And I said, here's the issue. I do that. He's gonna see the comment. And he said, remove the comment.
Yeah, whatever. So case in point, doing stupid shit that you shouldn't do. So when I made my 36 layer Damascus, I had a bunch of stuff with me because I went over to my buddy's shop that's an hour away from me. Tried Mosaic Damascus. I haven't yet. There's a lot of different Damascus that I haven't tried yet. Damascuses. But so I had 3 or 4 pieces of braided steel cable, which you can make some really cool Damascus out of. And typically it's 1095 or about 1095. So I was like, okay, cool. Well, I didn't weld the caps of the stainless steel Damascus. So as soon as I hit them with the power hammer, they just went, which, whatever. Like, I got some solid billets in the center. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do some dumb shit. So I took 3 of them and forge welded them together and then drew it out. And I was like, maybe. And I started cutting out a knife and I could just see D-lam on D-lam and D-lam. And I was like, okay, that's not going to work. So one of the pieces that I thought was welded well enough, I took 2 pieces of 80 CRV2 and did sand mine, where I've got the Damascus in the center instead of what I should have done is I should have done 80 CRV2 in the center and Damascus on the outside. So far, it looks like there's no D-lamps. I've only halfway ground it and done heat treat and everything. I have no clue when I actually go to grind into said Damascus if I'm going to see any D-lamps. So here's to hoping that it's going to have a good edge and there's no inclusion. Yeah, don't do that. You ever have an idea on if you're going to have any delaminations or not? Like, use them as clad, not the inside of the blade. Good shit. But when I did my test etch, it looked cool as shit. So we'll see. Literally in the middle of the blade, I've got this really cool spine that goes all the way around it. And then obviously whatever is revealed from that Damascus. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. So you're gonna have mono steel, and then as it goes into the bevel, you're gonna have this crazy steel cable Damascus. So make a Damascus blade look like Jesus's face or Virgin Mary. People would buy that shit. Damascus is pretty tricky. I've the first Damascus I made was 56 layer. Instead of cutting it and restacking it, I folded it, and I had some pretty massive D-lams with it. But I was able to get a blade out of it, so which I still have. So as far as the Jesus's face or Virgin Mary, I actually can make a blade look like that. I can do canister Damascus and have my buddy 3D print whatever design. So we could do the Shroud of Turin on a knife blade.
He said it's a miracle, blah blah. Bishop Cardinal or the Pope comes and says it's legit.
So let me see if I can find it, because it was actually a really cool knife, but it was all done with canister Damascus. That's what I'm saying. So what he does is he does canister Damascus. So you take a canister, doesn't matter what size or whatever, and he 3D prints whatever form he wants to see, puts it in the canister, puts two different types of metal powder, packs it in tight. When it forges and heats up, everything's locked in place. So that's the pattern you get. And the 3D filament melts away. I show you. Show you. I can find it. Gotta go back a little bit.
A lot of it.
It may not actually be on here.
Yeah, he may not have posted it on. I don't know.
Oh, baby Josh. Not looking good. Hey, there we go. He should have posted it. He was really proud of it.
Mm-hmm. I think he did post a picture of it. I just don't know if
I just don't know if it was on here, if it was on his other page.
Is that one of them?
Yeah, that's the houndstooth. Oh no, there it is.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So, a buddy of mine, Josh Howard, who's also on Forged in Fire, he did houndstooth and that A bolster, all done canister Damascus. So he literally 3D printed the houndstooth pattern, used two different types of metal powder, and bam.
And he did the A.
And he did the same thing with the bolster. So it's like literally however you want to do it, we could do like the Shroud of Turin on an entire knife. We have the technology. And when he told me what he was doing, he was like, yeah, I 3D printed this form and put it in a canister. And I was like, oh, shit would melt before the steel does. And he's like, you pack it so tight, it doesn't matter. And I'm like, okay. All right. Not religious. Neither are we. Well, I don't give a fuck. That's why we're doing the Necronomicon fabric. We don't give a fuck.
But it's still really cool that you can like
You
tell,
can
like you can essentially like put whatever pattern you
put
want
whatever you want on a
by
blade.
doing
We
that.
have the technology. You wanted to make a blade that was Damascus and had a big old peen. We can make that happen.
That would be Lauren's knife.
It would absolutely be Lauren's knife. He'd be like, for me, a peen knife?
I think it did show the.
Oh, it did show it. That's
Yeah.
cool. Hey, Bart, did you see the Sanmai that I was showing, or the Kumai? If not, I'll re-show it. Because it was cute. Super cute.
I guess it does show it on Facebook, but Facebook is delayed. So that's
Yeah,
probably
it
why.
wasn't showing us. That's why I was like,
Hold on.
hey,
Let me look at the Facebook
go
Live.
to YouTube's. Yeah, some shit like this. Or like this. Or like this. Or like
Oh
this.
yeah, see it's showing it.
Or like this. Or like this. That looks like it's brass.
It does look like it.
Brass.
See, it's just delayed, but it's showing it.
Yeah. See, what I don't understand is with the fact that you're doing just brazing, how are you getting these hammer strikes? Unless it's you don't sand down the Damascus completely and there's texture there, and that's when it brazes, it melts to it. That's got to be what it is.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. I'm just thinking because I don't know what I'm doing. Like right here, you can see the layer of nickel. I wonder if the nickel would braze as well. Shit, I gotta do more research. Damn it! Make me do stuff and look up shit. Don't want to do stuff. Yeah, I do too, man. But do a modern version of a Bowie. I mean, it would look just like a normal Bowie, but have a little bit of a different handle. But I don't know. I'm just talking out loud. Thinking out loud. I mean, talking out loud is literally what people do.
Yeah, I was like, that's just talking.
With loud voices. I gotta order some nickel.
It shouldn't be very expensive.
No. And I also have to decide if I want to make more Damascus on the 14th or not.
Wow, on the 14th.
It's the next meeting. Apparently, they still have open spots for it. What's your favorite design on your EDC fixed blades now?
I can tell you what my favorite design is. I don't know what your favorite design. Where's that basket of knives? Is this in the spare room?
I believe so.
Hold please.
I don't know. I can tell you a knife that I had a lot of fun making. Just got your message, T. So I made this knife for a ALS benefit. And actually, I was going to make that knife for myself. They were like, hey, would you mind? So that's what the actual knife looks like. It's called the Prism. And those are the damn voodoo scales as they glow.
It looks really cool.
It looks like embers. It's so cool. That's the other side. So this came out really cool. I'm going to contact you on Instagram about getting a package out to you. Word. I really like the Apex. My favorite is still the Vertex.
So essentially, the knife that he showed. This is my
That's the Prism.
This is my
This is
favorite
the chef
design.
version of what I just made.
So this knife right here, this design.
And I'm actually making that same design for myself out of a horse rasp with spalted maple.
I just really like how this design came out, but this is my favorite that he's done.
Well, it's also the same knife that I made for your dad.
Yeah, I just really like it.
He has the first one I made of that
Yeah.
before it was even named. The way that I like to do my designs is I have certain design aspects that I like. And then over time, your tastes change and you see things differently. And you've worked with a steel and you find out that something that you do doesn't work or something that you do does work. Case in point, the Vertex is on like its sixth design. Actually, I'm
Mhm.
about to do a new Vertex design because I want to change the handle. I want to put this handle on the Vertex.
Yeah.
I think it would be badass. Exactly. But the
You're harvesting.
it'll cut for sure. It'll even kill.
Yeah, it would. But yeah, I really.
The Vertex, the reason why I still really like it was because it was the first model that I came up with, and it's changed so much over the years. So case in point,
I think I like this knife because of the balance on it too. Like,
probably. So this is the Vertex. This was like the V2 or 3. It no longer has a thumb rest. It's now a thumb ramp because that was getting caught on Kydex. Should went differently on mine. What? This was a collab that I did with Kilby. But this is another Vertex that I did with a skinning hook. That was a pain in the ass. So it's just like things change over time and you change things, learn new things. This is a Vertex. This was the very first Vertex that I made. And it was tiny.
Yep.
Because of the steel that I had at my disposal. But you learn things over time. This is a newer model that I've started doing. You learn what works, what doesn't, and
it's
you
all
go
a
from
learning
there.
process.
Should have went differently on mine. What, Bart? What you say? I still got those 2 knives set aside for you, man. PT does.
I mean, it's all a learning process. So you're gonna change stuff, like you said, as you go, because
Yeah,
you're gonna.
you're designing organically as you make them, unintentionally sometimes. But it's like I really like that handle that I did on the Prism, so I'm gonna try to cut out a Vertex with that handle and see how it looks, how it works. If I like it, if I like it, I'll make 1 or 2. If I don't like it, I'll probably still make 1. I'll try things once, twice if I like it. You know what I'm saying? Giggity, giggity, giggity. Why are you straddling the chair back? You're supposed to be more modest than this, little girl.
She's perfect.
She's not really straddling it. She's got her leg on it, but it's like, God damn.
That can't be comfortable. On the one you have, can't keep it too thick. It was one of the earlier ones, though, that you did.
So, you know what you should do, Bart? Especially with the fact that they have a lifetime warranty and spa. I mean, regrind it, bro.
Yeah. Send it back, and then Chris can redo it.
I've also been working on that over the years, trying to get my my thickness more appropriate. Because what has a tendency to happen is that there's a golden apex where like you'll actually get it legitimately sharp. And so depending on how thick the steel is, sometimes you may have to have a really long secondary edge, or sometimes it may bow out and change the edge geometry to where it feels like it's sharp, but it's not really sharp. So that's just part of the learning process. Boss is heading in. I hope you have a great rest of your night. Hey, have a good one, PMW.
Have a good
Shoot me a
night.
message on on Instagram. We'll talk, bro. But yeah, man. Especially with the fact that I have my own 2x72 now. All you have to do is shoot me a message. I can fix it. And I can even re-acid etch it. And I've got a new slurry for my tumbler that makes a really badass stonewash. I stand by all my knives. You know this, man. Blue. Stop licking, or you're going to get a cat thrown at your face. You're up. Yeet. Yeah, dude. When we meet up, obviously I want the steel and brass, but hand me the knife, and I'll get it fixed up for you, and then ship it out to you. Easy peasy. I've had people talk about having me do a spa on their knife. I have yet to do a spa on a knife that I sold to somebody, so you would be the first. And it's also free 99.
Just say it's free because it probably sounded like you said $3.99.
I mean, I'll charge them $3.99, whatever. The low price of $200.
No.
Yeah, it's free. I offer spas on all my knives for free because I haven't gotten to the point where I started charging for them yet. So.
But you may have to give Chris mouth hugs. I don't know. That might be the payment for it.
Yeah, of course, man. Least I can do for somebody that helps support what we do. So not only that, but I don't make money off this shit. So fuck it.
A little bit.
I mean, that knife that I donated. Now, granted, I donated it for a good cause, and a good buddy needed my help. I'll do it again. But I mean, that's $200 knife. Can't even write it off my taxes because I'm still a paid hobby.
What are you doing, Ruby?
Oh. Why are you being crazy? Why are you being crazy? Even Penelope is like, what the fuck are you doing? Look behind you.
But she's still purring.
Oh, I'm sure. Get out of your sister's butthole.
Ruby's like, that's my friend.
We literally have to have this conversation with our animals on a daily basis. Get out of your brother's asshole. Get out of your sister's asshole.
Yeah.
Because they're like, hey, we don't know who you are. Like, don't do that. That's gross.
The joys of having animals.
Ruby.
Have a good night, Bart.
Hey, thanks, man. Have a good night. Tell the rest of your family we said hi. Well, I think we're going to bounce off of here.
Yeah.
Are we going to try and do the rooms? Kind of late.
Yeah. It's 10 o'clock.
Probably won't do rooms tonight. But we'll see y'all next week. Have a good night. Stay sharp. Deuces.
Bye.